Hello friends, how are you all? You all are welcome to this video. In this video, I will tell you all that how can you all think in English language. If you want to improve English language by thinking English language, so this video is for you all, and you all have to watch this video till the end, because in this video I will give you all some tips. If you all will use that all tips, definitely you all can develop the habit of thinking English language, and that too all the time. And all the time you all can think in English language, and you all can improve and become fluent in English. So you all don't have to skip this video, but you all have to watch this video till the end. So first way is that so if I'll tell you first trick is that see and say to yourself, see and say to yourself. Do you understand? It means what I said to you, what I told you. It means that whatever you will see and try to make sentences about that thing. Suppose one day you will go to the forest. As I came to the forest today, you can consider, when as you can see me in this video, that today I came to the forest. So suppose one day you will also go to the forest, and there you will see one stone, and you will go, you will see one tiger, one lion you will see in the forest. So you can inwardly you can think about that line, in your mind you can make sentences in your mind. Today I saw one line, I saw one line, I saw I saw a tiger, and and he was coming towards me, and I think and I was going to be eaten by the lion. Like this you can think, and whatever you will see about that, you have to try to make sentences. Suppose here I came, and there is a stone, you can consider there is a stone. So inwardly I will make sentences. There is a lot of stone, there are a lot of students, stones was put. Like this I will say to myself. Like this you all can also do, and definitely you all can develop the habit of thinking English language. So it means that I told you that see and say to yourself. And suppose and number two tips that whatever happens in past. Suppose one day you will go to the market. Suppose one day you will go to the market, and I think that's why you are going to the market, because you are to buy some clothes for yourself, because which you were to put in your body. For that you are going to the market one day. Suppose so one day you saw a lot of clothing, and if you had seen a lot of cloth in the market, so about that you can think that. And suppose if you have dreaming of bike, if you have dreaming of buying one car. Suppose if you have dreaming of buying one car in the market. Suppose one day you decided today, today suppose you will decide today that I will have to go to the market, and today you will go to the market, and tomorrow you will think about this. Tomorrow you should think that yesterday I had gone to the market, and I saw a lot of bikes were there, and was there you can consider, and I wanted to buy one bike, but I don't have I didn't have enough money that I could have bought a bike there in the market. Like this you can think. So it means that if you want to think in English language, so whatever you will see in your life, suppose wherever you will go, no matter, no problem, you can consider. Wherever you will go, about that you can think in English language. Definitely you can improve your English language. And like this I am also doing. It is not only for you that I am telling, but I am also doing like this. Everything you can consider, and every day I am doing. So whenever I will go anywhere, that time suppose from one way I am going. Suppose I have to go to my friend home, and my friend is living in another village. So suppose one day I have to go to meet him, so I will go to his home, his village I will go. And suppose one day and I am going to my friend home first time, so I will show one if I will see one pond there, and one Ganga river. Suppose so what will I think? Inwardly I will think about Ganga river, that I had seen one, I had seen the Ganga river there. So like this I will think in English language. So like this you should think in English all the time. And some people all the same, some people are like that in in the world, and they are living, a lot of people are living in the world and trying to learn English language. Not only for you, but a lot of people are learning English language, and they want to learn English language. And some of the people who is from village, they also want to learn English language. So they are unable to think in English language, but who and you can think about who is celebrity. Suppose he makes he makes South movie, like who speaks English language the most. Suppose if you have met your English like your native language. Suppose your native language is other, but you have to you have to keep one thing in your mind, that when you will learn other language, but you don't have to forget your mother tongue. This thing you have to keep in your mind. But if you are, suppose mostly you are speaking English language, so like that person can think in English language easily, but who is beginner, he can't think in English language. So like this habit, he should get into the habit of sing and say about that thing to himself in front of the mirror. Otherwise while going, and suppose he can take out time for himself. Suppose one day he is going to like a railway station, and there he can if he has time, sometime you can consider, so he can think about that what I'd seen there. So I saw a lot of people were fetching water from the tap. Like this he can think there. Suppose if he is in a station, and if he's living for the station, so like this he can think that today yesterday I was going for living for the station, because I was to go to the other place. Like this he can think in English language. Another you should say one thing, that when you think if you want to think in English language, so one thing you should keep in your mind that you should talk to yourself more and more. So I think you saw a lot of people on YouTube, and I have also seen a lot of people, not only you, but I have also seen a lot of people on YouTube, like they can speak English like very well, but they are Indian and they are living in India. You can consider, but you can think, English is not native language for them, and native language is called for such person, and like since he has born in this world, you can consider, and he keep on speaking English language. Suppose your native language is Santhali, my native language is Santhali, Santhali my mother tongue, you can consider. So I know very well about Santhali language, because I have born in Santhal society. That's why I know. But if you haven't born in English environment, so how can you speak English language? Even you can't think in English language. That's why you have to talk to yourself more and more, and for that you can download an application like Skype application is good for you. That you have to talk, and every day you have to talk, more than enough. You have to talk to people, and face to face you have to talk, and you have to discuss any questions, and you have to ask. He will also ask you. You will also ask. He will, if if you are going to talk with any girl, so she will also ask you some question, and you can also ask her some question like this. You can do, and definitely you will, and after some time around you can consider. Even you can see nowadays, like I had started learning English language before 1 year, you can consider, and nowadays I can think in English language all the time. I'm thinking English language. Even I'm not trying to forget my mother tongue, because mother tongue, I'm liking my mother tongue, because I have born in Santhal society. So why will I forget this mother tongue, like Santhali mother tongue? All the time I'm learning other language, different kinds of language. I'm trying to learn, even besides which is English language, you can consider. And in whatever language you want to become fluent by thinking English language, in that language you have to speak more and more. For that you can get a lot of people now. It has become easy way to find people in Skype application. In free you can get, but there in Skype application you can get only basic speaker with whom you can speak and understand very well, and you can understand them very well, because they are also like you, same like you. If you are beginner, so they can also talk in basic English, you can consider. But if you will use other application like Emily application, and a little bit you will find difficulty to talk with them, but no problem, you can talk with them also, and you can improve your English language. Easily you can improve your English language. I think you have understood, till the till here. And other, you have to surround, you have to immerse yourself with English movie and English song, and podcast you can consider, and which all are on YouTube. A lot of people are listening postcard, you can consider, and some people are listening that only for improving English language. But you will be thinking that and as you are telling that there are only English podcast. It is not like that. There are only English podcast also of English language, you can search if you want to learn English language. But I want to give a suggestion, in whatever language you want to improve your English language, if in whatever language you want to think, and you want to get into the habit of thinking English language, in that language you have to watch it, and you have to surround yourself with movies and songs and English content. Every day you have to watch on YouTube. If you are running English, suppose if you are running YouTube application, so you have to watch only movies, and you have to listen, and you have to surround yourself with, if you have been surrounding yourself for a long time by watching and listening, and definitely you can think in English language. So that's why you have to surround yourself with English content on YouTube. And whenever you will think like to watch anything, so that time mostly you have to watch English content. And other, you have to do thinking exercise. So I think you can consider, there are a lot of people are living in the world. Some people are doing exercise, you can consider. Even I'm also doing exercise, but I'm going to do my exercise so that I can keep my body fitness, you can say. It means that and like I will be a strong man. That's why we are doing exercise. And for that some people are going to ground, and some people are learning, and there are a lot of sources to do exercise. But in this video I am telling you now, it came to tell about thinking exercise. Do you know thinking exercise is like in English language, you have to think in English all the time, and you have to keep your time for that. As you are keeping your time for doing any exercise, suppose one day you decided suppose one day you will decide that I have to go to main road. There is one main road in little away from my village where I am living. So there I have to go, and I have to run, and from this place to that place I have to run. So definitely you should you can run, and you can improve your body power, you can consider. Even no one will get the better of you in fighting with you. Even you can keep your body, and you will not get sick. and that's why people are doing exercise like this. You can also do thinking exercise in English language. You have to keep time for yourself, that at this time I have to think in English language, and at this time I have to add by thinking English language. You can keep, and some people are like that in in the world, so they are living. So, and some of the people who will be watching this video, I think they are beginner. So some people are unable to manage their time to think in English language. They are thinking that because I don't know that how should I think English language, because there is one way, because I don't think sometime whenever I think in English language, but that time I forget again. My mother tongue language is coming to my mind, but it will come to your mind. That's why I want to give you to I want to say you to keep time for yourself. You have to keep your time, and mostly you have to work on translation. You have to work if you want to get into the habit of thinking English language all the time. If you want to improve your English language, if you want to become fluent in English language by thinking English language, so you have to write a story all the time, and you can make a lot of story by writing in English. And if you have knowledge about English, so you can write a story and try to think about that story completely. You can consider, and after that when you will write, and then you have to try to translate Hindi's story into English all the time. You can consider by doing this all, definitely you can become you can think in English language. You can develop the habit of thinking English language. And again I want to make you understand which way in starting of this video I told you, that is see and say to yourself like very good, this is very good way. I am also using this way. Don't be late to use this way, but you can also use, and you can become fluent in English language. A lot of people are, mostly people are using this way. You can consider. And even what was I doing when I was beginner, that time you can consider I was going to the forest, and today like this like Kerji, like I was going Kerji again and again. This is a forest, this is a man, this is a man, like this I was thinking to myself. You can consider. And I was thinking that suppose one day I will go to the forest, that I will see one today hello parents, like inwardly without having mobile. That too without having mobile, I was talking to myself. Just you can consider, like I was not taking any mobile there where I was going, like wherever I will go that time when I was beginner. But nowadays I had idea that I have to take mobile also, because mobile is very important. If you will take mobile along with you, if you are learner of English, so that time you can record yourself also. But nowadays you can see me that nowadays I'm making video in the forest, and I'm recording my video also. But that time without having mobile I was going, and whatever I see today here I came, today I'm going to tell about Kachwan Khargos story. Like this inwardly I was thinking, and I was trying to think in English, try to think in English language also after that. But when I was beginner, that time I was unable to manage my time to think in English language, even you can say. But that time I was keeping time for just improving my English language. You can consider. But nowadays I can think in English, or if I want. So suppose if I decide to think in English language from this time to 4 p.m. Like tomorrow, you can consider. So definitely I can think in English language. I can think in English language because now I became fluent in English. That's why. But who will not have become, who won't have become fluent, so I can say about him that he can't be, he can't think in English language. So, and ask me way to think in English language, I told you, and he should use. And you also, you all should also use this all way to think in English language. Definitely you all can become fluent in English language by thinking English language. So like this you all can improve your English language. If you all will use these all tips, as many tips in this video I gave for you all, definitely you all have to use, and so that you all can become fluent in English language by thinking English language. So I think this video is going to be long, you can consider. That's why I want to end this video, and we shall meet in another video, friends. Thank you all.